I am Ash. So the word I means मैं.
Hey, welcome. This is a beginner level Hindi course, and so many people have found benefit using this course and learning Hindi with it. And hopefully, you will find the same. Hopefully, you have fun, and I'll see you in the first class.
Alright, let's get started with Hindi. We'll start with understanding the basic structure of Hindi, and we're going to start with the present tense. So let's see how it goes. So here's how our basic sentence looks like. Alright, let's look at this sentence. I am Ash. This is my name, Ash. Alright, now how do I write it? So the word I means मैं. And then I'm going to write my name, Ash. And then I'm going to write who, which is am. Who. Now this who has many spellings, but this is the easiest one. So we're going to write it like this. मैं, Ash, who. Right? Note this part here, how the structure is. I, Ash, am. So मैं, Ash, who. This is the basic logic of the Hindi sentence. Right? Now you try it. How can you say your name? मैं, and go for it. How can you say it? Yes. Put your name there. If you want, you can also post it in the comments. Let's move on to the next one. Let's also use this idea for emotions. So that's also the use of this idea. So how can you say I am happy? You will say मैं and who at the end, and instead of your name, you're going to put in happy. मैं happy हूँ. Like so. मैं happy हूँ. Right? Of course, the word for happy is also important. It's खुश. It's खुश. But that's less important. What's more important is the structure of the sentence. मैं happy हूँ. Right? How about this one? मैं excited हूँ. I'm excited, right? This mix of Hindi and English is what's going on. It's what's working in India right now. That's why I'm also getting you exposed to this idea. Of course, the word for happy is important, and it's khush. So you will say over here, you can say मैं खुश हूँ. मैं खुश हूँ. You can also try to repeat after me. This way your pronunciation will get better. All right, now you can try it. How can you say I am okay? Right? The word for okay is ठीक. So see if you can try it, or if you want, you can post it in the comments. Also, I am ready. Very easy. मैं, you can use ready, or you can use this word तैयार. But that's not as important as saying the मैं at the start and the who at the end. All right, let's move on to the next part, which are the activities. So let's see how you want to say I watch a movie. So remember, this is the second part of this module. We are trying to look at verbs now. Extremely important to understand. All right. So in Hindi, what's going on is the word dekh. Dekh means see. All right. Or watch. Dekh means see or watch. So how can you say this now? मैं देखती हूँ. Like this. So remember how we say this. There's the same मैं from earlier and who that we did, and then you're gonna put in this word dekh, which means see, right? But then you also have this extra t part here. This t signifies feminine gender. So if you're a lady or a girl, you will say मैं देखती हूँ. Now, if you're a man or a boy, you will say मैं देखता हूँ. Right? So remember one more time, मैं means I, and this entire part means watch or see, any of these verbs. मैं देखती हूँ, right? So one more time, this t means feminine gender, and who, we haven't covered this in full detail, but the use of the who here is it's the present tense. That's what we're actually covering. We are looking at the present tense here, right? So that's what we're talking about. मैं देखती हूँ, okay? And मैं देखता हूँ. All right, sun is here. Sun. Remember, the spelling of Hindi is also important. This is not sun. This U, when you write it, we usually use the U sound. So sun. मैं सुनती हूँ. Right? So sun means here. So here it is. मैं सुनती हूँ means I hear. That's for ladies. And then मैं सुनता हूँ means I hear for men. Right? So as I say it, try to repeat it repeatedly if possible, 3 or 4 times, or at least once, so you will remember it and you can say it and you can produce these sounds yourself. It's very easy. So many people have found benefit from just doing this practice. All right, how can you say I eat? Remember, the word is ka. Can you remember? Here it is for your reference. मैं, if it's a woman, if you're a man, you will say this way. How can you try it? Yes? Say it out if you want, or even type in the comments. This will help you a lot. right? How can you say I speak? Now the word for speak here is bol, B-O-L. So how can you say I speak? Yes, yes, I think you're getting it. Very easy, I think it is for you. Okay, now let's go to the next part and you add the movie, because remember our goal is to say I see a movie or I watch a movie. So earlier we said मैं देखती हूँ for women, मैं देखती हूँ, and all you want to put in is मैं here. So remember how the structure is मैं movie देखती हूँ. The biggest idea for this tense or for Hindi is the verb. This C part goes to the end of the sentence and then the person is at the start of the sentence and everything else is in the middle. Okay, so मैं movie देखती हूँ, right? Here's the logic one more time. I movie see, right? मैं movie देखती हूँ or देखता हूँ, right? That's the idea. Remember the verb is at the end of the sentence like we said, and there is no a like this definite article here, I see a movie. We don't have this. We use it in a very specific way. It's called ek, but we use it in a very specific way. Right now, we don't need it. The less things we need, the better we can master the basic structure of the sentence. All right, let's try this one. मैं song सुनती हूँ, right? Or मैं song सुनता हूँ for gents. Okay, so remember how you say this, मैं सुनती हूँ, and then song here. Try to say it, repeat it. This way you'll remember better. Of course, for men, it's going to be मैं song सुनता हूँ, right? This ta will come in here, right? Now you try it. How can you say this? I ask a question. Remember, the question word is a new verb for you, and that is पूछ. How can you say I ask a question? Question is not important. You can use the question. I'll highly encourage you to just use this question for now. If you want, I'll tell you the word. It's saval, but it's not as important as saying the perfect structure. The vocabulary will come with practice. How can you say I eat pizza? I think you're getting it. Post your answers in the comments. This way you'll retain even better. All right, now we are moving on to the second part, which is she.
Now, real quick, every session, every lesson in this course is divided into 3 parts. First, I will quickly explain the grammar to you, and then there will be a mini quiz. You can pause the video and try to say it out loud. This will really help you to retain all the Hindi grammar that we're learning. And the third most important and most fun part is the conversations. After every mini lesson, there is a small conversation on how you can use that particular grammar concept and actually start speaking and bonding with people around you. Remember, in our live classes, we do the same things. So I've used all the ideas from the live classes so that you can actually gain the benefits of the conversation and then the grammar learning in this recorded video.
I think you understood the मैं part very well. The मैं part, we've reviewed it. Now we're going to look at wo, which is she. Let's work and understand how this works. Okay, so remember how we did this, मैं happy हूँ or मैं खुश हूँ. Now what happens is this is I and this is am. Now because you're saying she is happy, this मैं is going to be replaced with wo. The pronunciation is wo, wo, and this who becomes hai. Again, the pronunciation is hai. It rhymes with me and hai, right? So that's the main idea. So you're gonna say wo happy hai. She's happy. Hopefully this is making sense to you. मैं happy हूँ, वो happy है. And bonus part is the she is happy. She and he mean the same thing. So in other words, the same word is used for he and she. So wo happy hai can mean she's happy or he is happy. All right, let's move on. Wo doctor hai, right? Hopefully this is making sense to you. Wo doctor hai means she is doctor, right? So let's move on. See if you can try it. How can you say she is ready? Wo, I think you're getting it. Yes, try to say it out loud. It'll help you a bit. I think you got it. She's a singer. One more time, try to use the English words at the start. There's no need to practice this. You want to master the structure so you can say it in fluently in front of the actual Hindi speakers. The singer word is gaika, by the way, but you can just say singer for now. All right, let's move on to this part. मैं movie देखती हूँ. Right? This part you know very well. It's I movie see. like Yoda speak a bit. So this is मैं movie देखती हूँ. I see a movie. Now what you do here is replace the मैं with वो, and you replace the who with है. That's it. मैं movie देखती हूँ becomes वो movie देखती है. Right? So this is where practicing helps. Practicing will help a lot in our sessions also when we do them live. This is what helps people to understand and benefit from working with a live tutor. This is just keeping on practicing every week will help you a lot. Now how about this one? वो song सुनती है. Right? She hears a song. वो song सुनती है. The same idea. Sun, you know, is here. Remember, not sun, sun. And then she hears a song. वो song सुनती है. Right? So try to say it out loud. How can you say she speaks Hindi? How can you say this one? Start with वो. Yes, the speak part will come at the very end with the T and the hair. Don't forget the T and the hair. All right, that's very important. And then you know how to say this part now. And she eats a roti. Again, ka, and then the T and the hair at the end. And see if you can say it if possible. Post it in the comments so I can see if you got it right. All right. So we've done a decent amount today. We've done मैं here. Let's recap exactly what we did. We've done मैं excited हूँ, मैं happy हूँ. Then we did this part which is मैं देखती हूँ or मैं देखता हूँ. Then we went to वो and we did वो as well, and we did वो happy है. That was the third part, and the fourth part is the activities. वो movie देखती है, right? These parts are good. Now let's look at our memorizers. Remember, these memorizers will help you further retain all of the Hindi that you've learned, right? So remember, she understands Hindi. You will say वो हिंदी समझती है, right? Let's go to the next one. She shows a painting. So how would you say this one? वो तस्वीर दिखाती है. This is new practice for you. Dikha means to show. So this way you can practice it. All right, let's try one more. She is angry. How can you say this one? वो नाराज है. Naraz means angry, or you can just say वो angry है, right? This way you can practice more all of these ideas that you will understand, and then of course you will get the same questions again and again, and you will be able to practice it this way. So this part will help you tons to practice. So you've got a lot of these, and you'll see the same will come again. By the way, the answer key is also here at the bottom for you to practice. So these memorizers are on the website. If you're not able to find them, just email me. But good luck with practicing this, and let's move on to the next topic. Let's do a quick conversation exercise. Now, this is a small example of what we do in our live sessions and really helps our students to apply the grammar to their actual real life. So this is going to focus on just the present tense, right? Just the present tense we're going to look at. So we're just going to talk about how to apply and how to speak. Very, very easy conversation. So let's get started. So the first sentence now you want to say is you introduce yourself. So how can you say, hello, I am Ash, right? So I will say, namaste, मैं Ash हूँ, right? Ash is my name, so I'll put namaste, मैं Ash हूँ. Now you can say the same way. How would you say this? Great. What's the next one? You want to say something about your profession. So let's say I will say I am a teacher. So I will say, yes, see if you can guess how you can say this. मैं, yes, exactly right. मैं teacher हूँ. Of course, the English word does not matter. Later, you'll understand how to say it. It's just low stress. Just say it in English halfway, and that's more than enough. By the way, the word for teacher is shikshak. Now, next one. Let's try how we can say I go to the office. So let's say you want to say, try it. The word for go is ja. Right? So how can you say this? मैं, yes, मैं office जाती हूँ, right? So that's how you'll say this. I go, if it's a man, of course you're a man, you'll say मैं office जाता हूँ, right? Very nice. How about you don't go to the office, you go to the school? How can you say I go to school? Easy. मैं school जाता हूँ, right? Many times most of the words in Hindi our English is used in them. Okay. Next one. How can you say I speak Hindi, and the word for speak is bol? Try it. Yes, I think you got it. मैं हिंदी बोलती हूँ, right? मैं हिंदी बोलती हूँ. Or if you're a man, मैं हिंदी बोलता हूँ, like this, right? Next one, because you're just speaking a little bit of Hindi, you will say मैं थोड़ी हिंदी बोलती हूँ, like this word थोड़ी, right? थोड़ी. This means a little, just a little bit. So I speak a little Hindi. So this is how you can start saying. And then suppose somebody says this to you, how can you say very good? That's Arey wah. That means that's awesome. So this is a good expression every time you want to use an expression to say this. So remember to say it out loud. In our live classes, we actually ask the learners to say it out loud, and we correct your pronunciation and the grammar at the same time so you move faster. So say it out loud, it's going to help you. Now post also how you can introduce yourself. So say your name, what's your profession, you can make up whatever you like. And let's say you go to the office or you go to the park and say that you understand Hindi or any other language. So post your comments, even just a little bit, writing it out will help you. All right, now let's move on to the next grammar idea.